Hi, Libra Sun and Rising. Welcome to your October 2024 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, the month begins with a bang, like almost right out of the box, because on the 2nd, we have a solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. A solar eclipse is a powerful new moon. A new moon is when the sun and moon are aligned at the same degree. So we're talking about 10 degrees. And this is going to fall in your first house of the self. There will be early degree Sun and Ascendant Libra people for whom this will be in your 12th house. And the only reason I'm even mentioning this is because it is at an earlier degree. And so for some of you, this will be in your 12th house. If you are between 1 and 9 degrees, for sure. Or if you're born in September, if your sun sign is Libra and you're born in September, then it will probably be in your 12th house. You'll have to check your individual charts to make sure about all of this. And I realize too that people are using different kinds of chart calculations, or types of charts to begin with. So just to keep it simple, I just say it's going to be in the first house of the self. And because you are of this sign, surely this is going to affect you. It just is in the way that it will. For people that have it in their 12th house, this can feel like you are experiencing it's like a rebirth on a spiritual level. And for some Libra people, you may have already been, I was going to say dabbling in spirituality. I mean, it's a lot more than that. You may even be working in that field now with Pisces in your 6th house. But in any case, this is in your sign, so this is going to provide new opportunities for you and could create changes in your life in one way or the other. These kinds of changes or shakeups are not things that you are necessarily directing. These are things that are karmic in nature, that they are meant to occur when they are occurring. And this particular eclipse is connected to the South Node, and therefore could be bringing up old issues to the surface. Even though it's a solar eclipse and it's a powerful new moon, people have to look at the things in their life that they really are trying to let go of, because I think that what could happen for some Libra individuals is that they are resistant to change, that they are trying to live life as they've always lived. Now, of course, for all of us, these eclipses bring out that tendency because we are dealing with the polarity of the nodes, and it is so tempting to kind of stay in the comfort zone. But with Libra, this is enhanced because the South Node is actually in the same sign. Especially if you are in those early degrees, the South Node will be right on top of your sun. The South Node is going to be at 6 degrees at this point. So that's why I'm saying it, because this is at 10 degrees. The eclipse is at 10 degrees. So, yeah, in any case, this should be quite a jump starter of a time for Libra, Sun and Rising. On the 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde at 21 degrees of Gemini, which is a fellow air sign. So this is occurring in your 9th house. And the 9th house is the house that Jupiter rules in astrology. So this is really, I feel like, first and foremost, about your values. And anything else that is changing in your life, Libra, you may kind of like be looking within to see if it really matches how you feel, because having Jupiter in the ninth house, transiting your ninth house, is really expanding you in terms of your spirituality. And this this is one of the areas, come to think of it, that could be helping you to kind of go through some kind of spiritual upgrade. And therefore, you're being, in some cases, maybe given some opportunity, let's say with career or other things, and you're tempted, but you're not necessarily interested in it. So, for instance, your 10th house of career, you got Cancer there, and maybe you had some kind of new development back in the period in early July when there was a new moon in your 10th house. And some of you may have even taken a new career path or some sort of offer that was presenting itself to you with your career. And it's not necessarily all it's cracked up to be. And you're realizing that. Perhaps there's some kind of travel that you have wanted to undertake. Jupiter, being the ruler of the ninth house in astrology, is all about expansion, including geographical expansion. And so when Jupiter is transiting through the ninth house, this could give you more opportunities to travel long distances. However, with the retrograde, there might be some kind of delay, something that you can't do it. But however, there might be a blessing in disguise here, because I will give you an example. Let's say that you were going to study becoming a hatha yoga teacher, and you thought to yourself, the best way to do this is to go to Bali or go, someplace like that and just do an intensive for a month. And also being able to kind of be in that beautiful environment. And then something falls through. Something doesn't, maybe it's not something on your end, but there are travel restrictions. Who knows? The point is that you do that inner work and you realize that it really isn't about all of those outer kind of trappings. And that really what you want to do is you want to not do like a quickie type of month-long thing. You want to go the whole 9 yards, and you want to stay closer to home, and maybe go to some kind of local place to study yoga training. And it won't be as glamorous, but you will be more in depth and you will do it more slowly, and you will absorb the material better than if you were to do the other thing. So Jupiter, because it is this planet of luck and abundance, and called the great benefic, even when it's retrograding, it's not that bad. On the 11th, Pluto goes direct at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This is going to be in your fourth house of home and family, Libra. And I have a feeling that it is going to be a relief to have Pluto go direct in this water house. Now, in your particular chart, it's in Earth. However, because of the nature of the fourth house, because in astrology it's ruled by Cancer and it is considered a water house, those qualities remain regardless of what sign is the ruler of your fourth. And when Pluto goes retrograde, you are it's like, you're your own psychoanalyst. So really what I call this is the shadow worker, the person who is, um, and by the way, in my definition of shadow work, it's not anything that you're necessarily doing very actively, although I believe that psychotherapy is shadow work, and it's something that you're participating in with another person, with a trained mental health professional. However, this is more to me of you exploring your own past, and it's all about you, like not, regardless of what has happened, you're looking at it from your own perspective, what you did, what your reactions were to certain situations. You know, when we look at these shadow issues, the shadow being the emotions, the memories, the things that we don't want to deal with because they're very painful. They bring up anger. And especially for Libra, this can be threatening because you're ruled by Venus and you believe that peace is the answer and harmony is the answer to everything in life. And anything that is unpleasant can feel threatening to you and can actually feel like it's creating imbalance within you. But the paradox of that is that if you don't deal with these uncomfortable situations, emotions, it just festers and it actually grows. So hopefully, whether you knew it or not, you have been kind of dealing with anything from your past. That could be the fourth house that has been, kind of controlling things from behind the scenes, maybe from your childhood. The fourth house can be the mother. Some people say the father, one of your parents, and power struggles. But the thing is, sometimes with power struggles, even we have to look at ourselves. And that's what Pluto retrograde, it's like, what part do I play in this? If I feel controlled by somebody, what am I doing? It's not blaming the victim. It's like there are two people in this dance. And maybe I'm giving away my power to someone and I need to stop doing that. And with Libra, there's always that theme of people pleasing that comes up. Am I a bad person if I say no? Am I selfish? Am I rude to ever not say yes to someone, to never tell anyone that, they have made me angry about something? Is that wrong to do these things? Now that Pluto is direct in that fourth house, I was going to say, you can await the day that it leaves the fourth house. Not that, when it goes into the fifth, then you have love and Pluto. Wow, what a combination. But yeah, I think it's especially challenging when it's in a water house because Pluto is this excavator and it's like excavating the muck of shadow emotions, so to speak. If you want to know when it's going in back into Aquarius, and it does form a nice angle when it does. So regardless of, any kind of intensity, it is Pluto after all, it is going to trine your sun or ascendant when it goes back into Aquarius, and it's going back there on November 19th of this year. So just keep that in mind as well. On the 13th, Mercury goes into Scorpio. When you start to have these planets go into Scorpio, now we're talking about the second house. And it's like cha-ching, because this is the house of earned income, possessions, can also be your self-worth. that can sometimes be what you're involved with, because Mercury going into the second house, it may very well be about your self-worth. With Pluto direct, you're kind of like, maybe you're more aware of the dynamics that you have with parents, and how, even how that played into your sense of self, and your how much you value yourself. And maybe you've delved into that during the retrograde in the fourth with Pluto, and now you are, really a lot more aware of your self, of your value. But also this can be about thinking about your finances. On the 17th, Mercury goes into Venus, your ruler, goes into Sagittarius in a friendly angle called a sextile, and this is going to be your third house of the mind, communication, including the internet. So Venus in this sector could bring money that comes from the internet, love. So maybe you're going to do some online dating, perhaps. Harmony with siblings, neighbors. We're also having a full moon at 24 degrees of Aries. That is your opposite sign, and that is the opposite house, the house that you rule in astrology, the 7th house of committed partnerships. So that could be a very, I was going to say a showdown, but it's not necessarily a showdown. It could be the big reveal. There might be secrets that come out if you have been feeling like something in your relationship is not quite on the up and up. If you feel that something is being kept from you, you might find something out at this time. Will your relationship come to an end? Well, of course it won't come to an end for everybody, especially if you have a great relationship. Obviously, that for some people, this might be when they decide to take the plunge and get married, or have a domestic partnership. The full moon brings things to completion sometimes, but it also brings it to fruition, meaning that it's coming to its highest point. So this is about commitment. On the 22nd, the sun goes into Scorpio, and so you are really maybe becoming creative with finances. With Mercury, I forgot to say, with Mercury, you might be coming up with idea for income streams, and the sun here puts added emphasis on this area of life for you, Libra. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings, which are called my deep dive readings. I have another version of this, but the one that is astrologically, both based, both readings are astrological, is the deep dive, which is an hour of natal chart analysis, plus an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months, which is especially of interest when you are having your solar return, or when the sun is crossing over, if you're a Libra rising, because that starts a whole new cycle for you. And you may be interested in the kind of things that you can anticipate in the upcoming year to transpire for you. So you can find out more about that's a package deal. So it's a special price. And I have a couple of other package deals, including the whole enchilada, which is that reading plus a full-length tarot reading for a special price. And I have love readings, career readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thank you for listening. and happy birthday. Take care. Bye.